So here we go, a triple skull model here, and as you can see, this looks pretty good at first glance here. I'm kind of liking what I see here in terms of the texture quality and everything else. But let's kind of go through from the beginning here. First off is the subject difficulty. So although not really hard, there are some things, for example, the undersides here of the model and that sort of thing, which is not too bad. But, you know, a little bit more difficult than the other ones to do. You know, it's not something that you can just shoot from up top and down and you catch everything. You got to shoot for the eye sockets and things like that. So it's going to take a little bit more work. In terms of the photographs here, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of photographs, and I really like this approach. So if you look at this, there's a number of organized photographs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings of photos for this particular model. So really well done. Maybe not all were necessary, so there's quite a bit of photos. There's 101 photos, but you know, more photos is not really going to hurt you. You know, maybe it could have been a little more efficient. Maybe they need 5 rows. Maybe they could have done 3 rows or something like that. But hey, I'm not going to complain too much. The organization here is really well. So the quantity is good, the coverage is good, and the photos. Now, unfortunately, this particular project, I don't have all the photographs, so I'm using sort of the thumbnails that are down here. But I really like the approach here. You'll notice that they got in close and they tried to fill the field of view you know, with the subject, right? And actually, so a little trick here, what I would have done, because the object is longer this way, I actually would have rotated the camera 90 degrees. There's nothing wrong with rotating the cameras and using, if you have a long subject, using the you know, the length of the frame to sort of fill the subject that way. That would have been perfectly acceptable, and you could probably have minimized the number of photographs. But you know, really well done. You can see some high photos, some low photos, and so really liking what I see here. Let's have a look at the mesh quality. All right, there we go. So if you, as you go around here, you'll see we don't get a lot of like bumps and things like that. So it was fairly well lit, I think, and you'll see that the mesh quality looks quite nice. Okay, it really blended in well together. We can make out all the sutures, and even let's get around to the eye sockets. Eye sockets are usually very difficult, but a lot of them were picked up here. Even here we get a little bit of you know, noise or artifacts that are in there, and even here that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. You know, the texture looked really well, so let me go put that back on. The images were crisp, they were clear, and unfortunately I couldn't check the EXIF data because I don't have the photos for this particular model, but I give this a little bit of a higher score. So I would give this somewhere between you know, 7.5, 8, something like that. Even though it wasn't all that difficult, there was really a lot of photographs that were taken. They were well taken, well organized, and the texture quality is really well done here. So I'm happy with this particular model, and it gets a little bit of a better score from me.